Hey guys, Ran here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my first replay on the channel, and I believe my first game in the Object 268 version 5. Tier 10 tank destroyer that was the reward for the season. Level 100. Now I'm platooned with Ireland and Darth, who are both trying out their 268 version 5s. Which I believe to be the first game for them as well. And we're on Kasserine. Now, I'm going to straight up as the only advantage you're getting with this is having a turret, and I don't mind sacrificing that to have better DPM, the better gun handling, and the more effective armor on the Tectoy 268, which, we must remember, the Tectoy 268 was already one of my favorite tanks in the game, so I might have a bit of bias for that tank, because I already previously liked it, but overall, I think the Tectoy one's still better. Because a lot of people said this tank was OP, and I don't think it is. I'm going to explain why I think that. So it's got 850 alpha, it's very fast, and got full traversable turret. Really nice penetration, 303 standard, AP, 395 heat is premium. And the reason I don't think it's too OP is the rate of fire is abysmal, and the armor is wank. So I think all the good players are still going to stick to their T110 E4 with full APCR. So even though the E4 doesn't have as much penetration as this tank does with its premium rounds, they're APCR, so they have better shell velocity and less chance of getting absorbed by obstacles and spaced armor. So I feel like that's one factor, but also, from when I've been playing this tank, I've been penned through the lot. Not just their lower plates, but also the machine gun turret on top, which shouldn't happen, but does. So I feel the E4 still got better armor, and better ammo, and just a better gun in general with the APCR and the, I believe, fast rate of fire. I could be wrong. Obviously it's not fully traversable turret on the E4, whereas it is on this. But I feel like why people thought this tank was OP as I bounce off the side of a 907. I feel like the reason people thought this tank was OP, it's like the 279E. The 279E, in my opinion, is one of the worst tier 10 heavy tanks in the game. But when everyone had just gotten it, and there was like 5 or 6 on each team, it was just really annoying. It didn't feel fun to play against. With this tank, I imagine it was worse, because when you've got 5 or 6 tanks on each team that all have 850 alpha, it could be the worst tank in the game. It could have less than 2000 DPM and horrible gun handling, but if you're in a game with that many tanks with 850 alpha, it's not going to be a fun, engaging battle, because everyone's going to be worried about moving out in case you get shit on by all the TDs. So I feel like now that the amount of them in the matchmakers died down, because I can't remember when this game was, but this game might have still been before January, I believe, that I played this. So nowadays you're not going to see as many of these per team, and I feel like it just feels like a pretty balanced tank, to be fair. Just nice alpha with a turret, but still, I don't know, the speed kind of makes this tank for me. But if you don't have a 268, the Tectoy one, this is probably a good tank for you. But for people who do have the 268, I'd be interested to hear your opinion. What do you think? Do you think the 268 is better than this? Or is it just me? Now I'm up to 3000 damage so far, not the hardest thing to do when you've got not even 750 alpha, when you've got 850 alpha. But there's an E4 and a ship barn around the corner, so I don't really want to go around there. And I'm not too sure, but there might be a Death Star around there as well, like a regular one. And as you see me trying to get shots out, now this is something where the regular 268 would struggle. Having the ability to reverse in one direction while aiming my gun in another is really nice. The other part is, I thought with a turret, I could reverse side trape in this, which I couldn't quite do in the regular 268. By the way, I missed the ship barn and take a big shell from the E4, so that was not a worthy trade there. But from my experience trying to reverse side scrape this thing with the weak turret, it just isn't great at doing that either. Now, before I push forward here, something else I want you to note is a bit of exciting news. I said a while back I might get the T22 medium, and hopefully, as of the day that I release this video, I should have it later tonight. And if I do, instead of uploading my videos in the usual sequence with which I recorded them, tomorrow will be a live commentary first impression video on T22 medium, where I'll do like 2 or 3 live games, I'll equip the tank, live. I'll put consumables on my tank lab. I'll do all that shit live. So if you see a longer video tomorrow, it's a T22 medium one, which I'm so excited for. But I'm getting distracted away from the 268 version 5. Now, I just damaged the track to that 430U, didn't even blow them off, just did crit damage. So that's 2 tanks I have hit in the side and done 0 damage to, and both of them have been Russian mediums, to, I'm sure, no one's surprise. So that was just a bit of a funny thing, I thought, this game, and that the only 2 shots I've really bounced have both been off the side of Russian medium tanks, which is funny. Trying to go get a bit of damage on the Super Conqueror. Friendly's going to face hug. I'm going to wait for him to back up to give me the shot. And I do want to sneak a lower plate shot in. I'm going to leave him to my teammate and start turning around. Now, time to use this vehicle's mobility to push towards the few remaining enemies that are left. And what you're going to see a very lucky shot in a moment. That enemy 268 version 5 that's up above, I'm going to try and get a shot into him. And what's going to happen is he's going to briefly disappear from sight, and I'm not going to have a very much of his tank to shoot at. So I'm going to have to shoot before being fully aimed. But thankfully my shot actually goes well and true into the back of his turret without even being fully aimed. So that was very lucky there. Do not be fooled, this tank does not have the best gun handling. Now, there's not much damage left, only 2 tanks. I'm going to try and find myself a shot. And I've got a debate now whether to turn to the left and try and get the right angle if I keep pushing forwards. And I've decided I've built the momentum up, I'm going to keep going and hope that because he's in a 705A, he might survive. Now at this point he's only on 85 hit points, but, you know, 85 hit points, 85 hit points. And now we've got a Conqueror. Now I'm a one-shot for him, but in the new World of Tanks of 6.0, everyone low rolls by quite a lot, or at least it feels like that. So I'm going to go in, get the lower plate shot, and he does actually manage to finish me off without the massive low roll. Which he didn't actually need one, he didn't even need an average roll to kill me, but I thought that was a worthy trade to do, because if I'm honest, I thought he was going to be dead before I even reloaded. And actually, now all I've done is kind of just get in the way of my teammates. As you see, friendly Super Conqueror trying to squeeze past my corpse and being unsuccessful. So that was a bit of a poor play by me. I didn't think about the consequences of my actions. Thankfully, E75 finishes off the Conqueror. And for a first game, over 6k damage, very nice. It did the kind of game that makes you want to say it's OP, but it's just not. It's an alright tank, fairly flexible, which just makes it fairly pleasant to play, but the gun handling's derpy and the reload is horrible. So 6100 damage, 4 kills, and a tiny bit of assistance. Only a first class in this tank. So that goes to show how people were playing at the time that I had this game. Everyone was probably doing like 10k damage apart from me. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all in the next one.